Can y'all hear me and see me? Let me know. Let me know if y'all can hear and see me clearly. All right, cool. All right, cool. Like I was telling y'all, right now what I'm eating is seeded watermelons, strawberries, granola in the most cleanest way, a drizzle of agave and some lime juice on the top, some key lime juice on the top. And I have some raspberry leaf tea. Raspberry leaf tea is good for the reproduction organs in a woman. It's good for the urinary tract, and all of that nature. You know, you can Google raspberry leaf tea, but it's good. But overall, it's good for the reproduction system in a woman. It's good for the womb. I've been actively, like healing my womb, healing myself. So I can raise my vibration and just be in my full glory. But honestly, I would love to spend time with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like while I eat and stuff like that. But I also wanted to tell y'all something. Oh, wow, Empress Marie. That's what's up. I wanted to talk to you guys like for real. Be careful if you're pregnant or trying to get pregnant. I understand. Nevertheless, you can drink raspberry leaf tea for womb cleansing, yes. But I'm not pregnant. I'm not pregnant, but I did want to share some of my thoughts with y'all. And it goes into healing. And like right before I got on here, I was like shaking. I was shaking. Hey, Kelsey Queen. I was shaking with thoughts about things, because it was like I'm gonna keep my fruit here because I know I'm gonna need it, like as I'm talking. But a couple things had triggered me to like feel how I'm feeling right now. And this is like, I naturally feel this way that I'm about to speak about with you guys, but like all of the time, especially like as of in the last couple years, I've been feeling like I just been living from like an innate space. You know what I'm saying? Like intuitively, I've been living from an intuitive place. So like the thoughts that I'm having right now are thoughts that I've like always lived by, and have always thought, but I haven't really like expressed them outward. But I think like right now is the perfect time. But like what triggered it was just the other day. Like my family, right? My family knows what I aspire to be, and not even that aspiring to be it. They know who I am, and they know what I like, and they know things that I don't like. So like, they just understand like the vision that I have for my life and why I got myself into certain situations and stuff like that. Nevertheless, just recently there was a comment that somebody made, and they were like, where's Dr. King? And then like it was a situation, it was a scenario where the person was referring to me as Dr. King. And so we all couldn't figure it out, and we was like, why you call me Dr. King? And the person was like, cause Dr. King had a dream and it never came true. And so like a part of me could have felt shot down by that. You know what I'm saying? A part of me could have felt like people look less, look less of my dreams than what I do. And because it's so closely connected to me, it hurts in a way. But I didn't decide to take that personally. I took that time to use that energy to alchemize it into what I'm about to talk about right now. And so, like, I was actually started to feel like it was a compliment, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, Dr. King, even though he didn't live to see the residual of his dream come into fruition, he definitely made a change in history. And we all know Dr. King as somebody who is very important, especially to our community, even still to this day. So, like, I was flattered, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so a part of me was like, wow, that just goes to show you that you could always continue to follow your dreams. Like, when you're following your dreams, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen within 3 to 5 years. By the time you're born, you're supposed to be innately following the thing that you are here to fulfill as a mission, as a purpose, whatever, from the day you were born. Like, that's your birthright. And so the fact that we're born into a society that deters us from following our dreams and giving us false narratives and false realities of the dreams that they think that we should be following, we tend to sleep on ourselves. Meaning that we don't follow our dreams anymore. We don't think highly of ourselves the way that we need to and the way that we should. And so this leaves us in realities that are lies. And so we're constantly living in a lie. And then we have questions like, well, why isn't this working out for me? Why isn't that working out for me? Why do I feel like, I'm not where I need to be? Why am I depressed? Why do I feel all of these different things? Well, it's because you're not being true to who you are. And so even myself, when I was in certain situations where I felt like I wasn't at my best self, or I wasn't in my best self, or I was like stagnant or whatever, I was still being true to who I was. I was still following my dreams. And my dreams, we have to realize that our dreams, the things that we aspire to do, become, and live, are not going to make 100% sense to someone else. Neither is most people going to understand the dreams that you have. Should that deter you from continuing to live out these dreams? Absolutely not. That should make you go harder, because people who are following their dreams in the world that we live in right now, that's like the most ultimate hardest thing to do, because everything is going against your dreams. Everything is going against what you see and aspire yourself to become. So we are up for a challenge. The individuals who are following their dreams year after year of heartache and suffering and pain and whatever it is, we're continuing to stand in the challenge and go through the challenge to create a reality where our dreams have come to life. I could have given up on my dreams because of the situation that I was in, because it could have made me afraid to further pursue my dreams and meet other people and be relatable and all of these different things. But I'm choosing personally not to allow my experiences to define who I am, nor alter the dreams that I have, because that is the essence of me. That's the core of me. And if I have to suffer to see my dreams come into fruition, I will suffer on any level, because I believe in my dreams. I believe in who I am. I believe in the things that I have to offer humanity. I believe in these things. Now, it's all cool, to live to go after your dreams. That's all cool. We can all go after our dreams. But if you are doing things within a process of you conquering your dreams, if you are doing things that go against you actually manifesting or conjuring up enough energy in this physical realm to create your experience or your reality of the dream that you want to see and want to live, if you're doing things that go against that, you're never going to get there. This is why self-discipline is so important. People have told me once before that they envied me because of how I eat, how I sleep, how I live, how I wake up, how I meditate, and how I do all of these things. And I asked them and I said, why? Go sit down. Go sit down. And I asked them why. I said, why? Close the door. Close the door. I'll be with you in a second. Kayahi, close the door. Moody, come get these kids. Go ahead. Go sit down. Go sit down.
Stop it.
Kayahi, come close the door. I'm almost done. I gotta get these thoughts out. You know what I'm saying? If I don't get these thoughts out, they're never going to, they're never gonna come out. Nevertheless, the children are safe and they're being taken care of. But I gotta get these thoughts out because I love the kids too. You know what I'm saying? But see, this is the thing. This is what drives me. This is what motivates me to continue. I even forgot where I was, but this is my children and the children that are around me is what motivate me to continue to go after my dreams. I don't care if people don't believe in me. I don't care if you don't think that I could make it. I don't care if you think that I will never get there. I don't care. I don't care about none of that because I know the momentum that I have. And this is why it's important. When you are doing things that go against what you want to see come out of life, you're never going to get there. You're never going to be able to see your dream come into fruition. This is why I was saying that self-discipline is important. You know what I'm saying? And you're not supposed to envy anyone for the discipline that they have in their life. If you see somebody have discipline, you're supposed to be inspired by that and start to apply discipline within yourself. I'm not saying become like them. I'm not saying be who they are. I'm saying to cultivate that discipline within yourself so that you can see your dreams come into reality, come into fruition. This is why I don't sleep on myself. I don't sleep on anything about me because I know where I'm going. I know where I'm headed. I know what I've already accomplished. I know what I will accomplish. And honestly, quite honestly, I think that what I'm going to accomplish is going to be far exceeding my expectations and the things that I feel. But that's only because I believe in myself. I don't care if nobody don't believe in me. I don't care if nobody's standing there with a cup pouring into me. I can pour into myself. I can believe in me. And I've been doing that. That is who I've always been. And I have accomplished great things. Y'all seen me in that little situation or whatever. But I've accomplished so many things that you guys don't even know about. Because quite frankly, it is just my life. And no one's going to truly understand my life and how I've gotten to this point and how far I've come. But I need to know how far I've come. I need to know where I'm going and where I'm headed. I need to understand and believe these things within myself, because without self-belief, nothing can come from it. It's just like the Bible says, faith without works is dead. So me, on the other end, just because my life doesn't look like who you guys think I should be or who you guys thought I should be, or because it looks like I've taken steps back, doesn't mean that that's who I am. See, people out there could fake the funk. They could fake it all day, every day. You could have plants in your background. You could be sitting on camera eating all the fruits and the vegetables you want just to portray a message or just to portray yourself to be something, to be in this inspiration. But quite honestly, if you're not doing the inner work, if you're not unraveling these soul ties, if you're not unraveling yourself from the things that hold you back from manifesting your dreams, if you don't apply discipline in the areas that you need, if you're not actively doing the self-work, I'm talking about the inner work, the spiritual work, if you're not cultivating temperance, if you're not cultivating effective communication skills, if you're not exuding more love when you're actually in a situation where you are found in adversity, if you do not do the inner work, you'll never truly get to the potential that you should be at. And we shouldn't have an excuse as far as to why we can't do these things. I can have a whole bunch of excuses why I don't want to eat clean right now. I can have a whole bunch of excuses on why XYZ, but I don't have those excuses because those are not excuses to me. I'm going to do what I am here to do and what I feel I need to do, whether I like it or not. And that's the only way that I'm going to get to the highest vibration and the potential in which I am. you can never think less of yourself trying to live out your dreams. You can never think less of yourself trying to cultivate this, even the skills within yourself, the discipline within yourself to get yourself to the point that you want to be at. You have to believe. You have to believe that you can wean yourself off of poison, toxins. You should believe in yourself, in the fact that you can, manifest, or not even manifest, but just pull in the resources and the things and the mindset that you need to get yourself to the place that you need to be. Like I said, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe that you can accomplish these things on any minute level, you'll never be able to get there. And people always wondering why it's taking their whole entire life. At some point in time, when you are doing the inner work, at some point in time in your life, like say for instance, and I'm going to use myself as an example because I truly feel like this within myself. Ever since I was younger and I understood myself and I understood what I wanted to do and I understood like how I wanted to live my life, I've been living this way. I've been applying these discipline tactics in my life to have propelled me into where I am right now. So being that that's the fact, and being that I'm doing the inner work too along the way, now as of being 25 years of age, I have come way further than most of my peers around me that are the same age, people that are around me that are older than me. You see what I'm saying? But that's all because I'm doing the inner work. I'm healing myself. I'm taking time with myself, to cultivate and breed myself. Because if I don't take the time to do that for me, no one will. And then I will always be trying to look for outside validation and outside sources to fill a void that's inside of me that I need to become whole within myself. I need to become whole within that aspect of myself. We shouldn't look for outside things to validate us. And like for instance, right now I have a 11-month-old. She's crying right now because she wants to be in my arms, but she has to know that I'm not always going to be there to pacify her, to pamper her, and to cater to her like every single need. She's already eaten, she's already had her diaper changed, she already have all of these things crossed off. The only thing that she needs to understand is now that she needs to find a way to occupy herself while mommy is busy. Because when she gets older, it's just going to become even worse. Like the older you get, the more you're going to be weaned off of me. So I'm not going to go run to her aid just because she's crying. She's around other children. She has her aunt, she has her grandfather, she has a grandmother, she has a whole community of people right now. So I'm not going to intercept what I'm doing to cater to it's not even a need, it's just it's a attention, a cry for attention, to pacify a behavior that ultimately is going to hurt her in the end. So eventually she will learn. Eventually she will understand that she needs to be patient, a little more patient. And it's not like the individuals around me are not explaining to her, because we talk to our children. But this is just one example in life and how we need to be with ourselves. Just because you want something, just because you want to do something, doesn't mean that you should. It really doesn't mean that you should. You should have more self-discipline in certain areas. And if we don't cultivate these characteristics within ourselves moving forward, especially into this new world, our children are going to suffer. Our children are going to get the brunt end of the things that we don't want to do within ourselves, do the self-work that we need to do within ourselves. We're passing on karma, we're passing on all of these toxic traits, we're passing on these things. So it's up to the parents to be able to fix themselves, go deep within themselves, fix themselves, to be able to have something better to offer to their children, or to the world for that matter. And so this is what I'm on. This is what I've always been on. Yes, I was in a situation where it was real shady, and it really didn't look like, maybe I didn't have the aspirations, or whatever the case may have been, or whatever. But in my situation, I had to learn through these things. I had to learn the processes of certain things that I'm going to be doing in my future that has nothing to do with the situation, or with the individual, should I say. It has nothing to do with the individual that was portrayed in the adversity with me, rather than it had more to do with the wisdom that I was getting out of the experience to cultivate my queenhood, my queendom, so that I could be able to push forward into this new world with my children and be able to give them better than the circumstance. If I would have never went through that circumstance and gained the wisdom, I wouldn't have wisdom to give my children right now. I wouldn't have wisdom to give other people right now. So with that being a part of my life, I chose not to allow that. Like I said, I did not choose to allow that to define me and put me in a box. I don't care about what none of y'all think about me. You don't have to like me. You could be jealous of me. You could do whatever you want. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I know why I'm here. I know what I am here to do. I know where I'm going. So at the end of the day, I'm just going to share who I am. And that's what I've always done. I've always shared who I am, whether it was shady or not. And even in my shady moments, I was still sharing who I was. So I'm not going to allow people to come that just seemingly come into my life to shut me up or shut me down. I'm Velvet Gabriella. You come into my life thinking that you gonna shut me down or shut me up. You got a whole nother thing coming for you. You done open up a whole can of worms. You understand? Because I'm not the type of person that you shut up. I'm not the type of person that you shun. And I say that because this is me. This is who I am. I am of substance. I come with a purpose. I come on a mission. And people have lied along the way. Is that something that I should penalize myself for? Absolutely not. That's that person's karma or whatever their situation is. You understand? So I don't have nothing to do with that. All I have to do is be here and be myself. And like I said, people be out here doing the most. People be doing all kind of stuff just to portray themselves to be one way on camera. And then when you meet them in real life, they're not who they actually say they are. And then you are like left to wonder and is baffled by the fact that this person may have lied. I have people that have lied to me about how they eat to be close to me. I have had people lie to me about who they are entirely just to be close to me. You understand? And so it's like at some point in time, you have to gauge and have a certain level of discernment when it comes to allowing people into your life and understanding body language. Because when people have certain body language, you'll be able to tell, okay, this person's lying. Like, and it might not always be 100% accurate, but you'll be able to tell. Like, for instance, I just had a interaction with somebody, and we hadn't talked like over a year, but we had been talking through the phone or whatever. And so just as of recently, they were able to see me in person. But before they saw me in person, they lied about something. I caught them in a lie, but I didn't let them know that I knew that they lied, because you know what I'm saying, like, I don't always like to give my hand away. So but initially at that moment, they innately knew that I knew that they lied. So I digressed, off of the communication aspect. Rather, when we actually had met in person, because this person already intuitively knows the essence of who I am, and that I'm able to pick up on these things, they're shaking, trembling in my presence. This happened on another occasion too, but this person is literally trembling in my essence. And I'm left to ask questions like, why are you trembling? Like, why are you nervous? Like, I'm not understanding, you know what I'm saying? And that's because when people are lying to you, when people are trying to hide themselves, when people are trying to portray themselves to be one way in front of you, if you are sure within yourself, if you know who you are, if you are tapped into the gifts that you have, and really be in a state of belief when it comes to yourself, you're gonna pick up on these things, like, without a shadow of a doubt. Like, you'll pick up on even just certain facial expressions. And so this is why I don't sleep on myself, because I can pick up on these things. And because I was so infatuated with who the person had pretended themselves to be, and going through the processes of me disconnecting from my own emotional intelligence and my own gifts and talents, I started to give my power away. But then when I realized that I was doing this and I needed to pour back into myself, that's when all of my gifts came back. Everything that and then it was even heightened, because I had been through something to validate why I should have never let go of those tendencies within myself, why I shouldn't have stopped pouring into myself in the first place. And so I just want to encourage everybody, like, go after your dreams, live your dreams. If motherfucker don't believe in you or think that what you want to see out of life can come into fruition, they don't matter. Those are the people that you know that you can't even keep close to you once you get to where you're going, because at the end of the day, those very people who didn't believe in you are going to be the ones who is going to be having their hand out, asking for stuff, asking for wisdom, money, whatever it is. They're going to be on your dick, period. You know what I'm saying? So believe in yourself. If you don't believe in nothing, believe in yourself so that you can get to where you need to go. You understand? And so I'm not afraid. Like, I'm not afraid. Like, I'm not, I know there's a lot of fear, based around my life and what you guys done watched and saw, but I don't live in a state of fear. This is why I'm able to continue to manifest things. Like, you guys think I have a whole bunch of money, but I'm taken care of because I'm doing the inner work. I'm doing what I need to do to be able to elevate myself. So I am taken care of. But at the end of the day, this is who I choose to be. I forgot what I was saying, but this is who I choose to be. And it just is what it is. Like, it is what it is. But I really want to go on a whole nother topic, but I'm not going to go on that topic for the sake of the people that's watching right now. And like, sometimes it's really hard for me to be online and not be able to talk about the experience that I came from that made me, or that not even made me, but cultivated more of who I am right now, that's sitting in front of you. And so sometimes it's really hard to talk about it because it's like, I already get so much judgment, it's already, what I'm saying? What I gotta say right now, according to the situation that y'all watch me in, like, I would really shake the internet, but it's like I have to learn my boundaries. I have to learn, what to say and what and when not to say it. But it's like, how do I get around these feelings? How do I get around these things? And because I understand myself and because I believe in myself, I could see straight through the bullshit. It's a whole bunch of bullshit. It's a whole bunch of bullshit. And it really be getting on my nerves, but it's like, that's the part in me that I know I have to cultivate temperance within myself for, to be patient for, because I can be in a portion of myself where I'm just like, you stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you dumb as, like, you really stupid. But I can't be like that because I don't know what other people are going through mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I don't know what they're going through. I don't know the traumas that they're fighting. So I want to be there for these people. Like, when I talk about it, I want to be in a space where I'm there for them, where they can, be open and express themselves freely without feeling like I'm a threat. But at the end of the day, some people just gonna view you as a threat, because they are refusing to do the work within themselves, and it has nothing to do with you. So at some point in time, you got to keep it real. You got to keep it real. If somebody doing something stupid and you see that, like, y'all, like for instance, my supporters, when y'all saw me doing something stupid and y'all know goddamn well that I probably knew better, y'all, what y'all said to me, y'all was like, Vel, come on now, you know better. You know what this him for. Like, why are you even playing? You know what I'm saying? But until I decided to come to the reality and realize certain things and come to that understanding myself, wasn't until I was able to vibrate higher than what I was, based off of whatever what was going through in my life. But like, I also be trying to keep it like clean for not political purposes, but like legal purposes. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's just like, this is my life, and it's like, how do I put my life at, like, how do I express myself like 100% authentically without getting myself in trouble? Because it's like, certain things that I want to express myself on, like, I've already set things in place to the point where I can't be harassed. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I've put things in a place where I am protected. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to go off and talk about things and like go too far into talking about certain things that I think about, because I need to continue to protect myself. And if that means not talking about it, then that's like, that's, you know what I'm saying? It's a very fine line. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you this. I really want to talk about, I really want to talk about this. Like, I really want to talk about it. Like, I really do, because somebody need to say it. Like, cause they got too many people that have been in this situation. The CN, y'all know the CN card, the CN situation, right? If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. There have been too many people in that situation that is like silent about certain things, and I just, for the life of me, like at some points in time, I really feel like I can't be quiet. Like, it feels like that in my entire being. Like, as many things as I have in place, as many things that is established, it's like I cannot be quiet, because I feel like it's a part of my purpose to shed light upon the situation, because that situation is only but an aspect. You have so many other things that's going on in the world where other women, children, men are going through the exact same thing all around the world. There are trafficking going on so many levels that we don't even know about. And so for me to talk about this from the experience that I had, and to bring it to a more global aspect and a more bigger picture aspect, is what I'm here to do. This is what I live for. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm here for. And at the end of the day, I just feel like I can't be quiet about it, because I care. I do. I care about the people that have been in that situation who were burned. I care about the people who have been in that situation and were burned. I care about the people who are still in that situation and are being burned. But then at some level of me, I'm not gonna lie, at some level of me, it just really make me turn like a side eye, because at the end of the day, you do have ops. And you have to recognize your ops when they're in your life, because just because you care about your op don't mean that your op care about you. So you have to, you know what I'm saying, you gotta keep some level of protection up, but at the end of the day, it's like I still care. You see what I'm saying? And so I want to play my cards to the point where I'm expressing myself without hurting anyone's feelings, even though I'm here to shut shit down. So I had recently just saw a video, of the demonic entity expressing how people have come into their lives and destroyed their lives, and how people betrayed them. Let's talk about betrayal. Let's talk about somebody coming into your life, destroying your life. Nobody can come into your life and destroy shit. Because guess what? You came into my life, or I'm not even going to say you, I'm going to say there were many situations that came into my life, or seemingly came into my life, that dismantle certain things. But because I know who I am, because I believe in myself, because I know what I'm capable of, and because I tap into my own potential, ain't nobody destroy shit over here. And what's even more crazy about it is because it's so contradictory. The video within itself is so contradictory. If you are a person who believes that you solely can't point the finger or blame something else for being in your life to cause the disruption that it did, and the fact that you have to go inward and figure these things out within yourself to help heal your reality, if you are a person that believe in that, why are you sitting there online talking about XYZ did this and this person did that, and how all of these things destroyed you, and trying to create a smokescreen? You can't create a smokescreen no more when you are a person who openly says, I cannot blame you, Aura. I can't blame you, Aura, for the negativity that you brought into my life, because I know that on some level within myself, I might be a negative person, and that's something that you're reflecting back to me, and I need to fix that. And in order to embrace you, I need to be more positive when I am interacting with you. And at some point in time, we're going to either go our separate ways or vibrate on the same level so that we can coexist. You can't openly say that and then flip the switch, and then be like, oh yeah, Aura, I remember when you tried to destroy my life. Remember when you came into my life and tried to do XYZ and tried to pour negativity? What does that say about you? That says that you don't know who you are. That says that you're confused. That says that you're really not about what you said you was about. That means that you were pretending and you said that shit for clout, pussy, or some shit that you actually didn't need, because people who could flip like that ain't the ones that you need in your corner. And don't get me wrong, I know y'all saw me on some flip flop or whatever in the past, but that was because I was healing through my own traumas. I was healing things that I needed to heal from my childhood. And when I took the responsibility for myself, you ain't see me flip flop no more because I stayed steady and stable in who I was. It's going over on 2 years now. Over a year now that I've been solely on my own, and you don't see that. You don't see that because that's not who I am when I'm by myself. Now, if I don't know myself and I'm in a situation where I'm still traumatized and I'm trying to like coexist with other people and collaborate with other people, no shadow of a doubt that that's not going to come across right, because I'm not even healed within myself to be even strong enough to heal through those traumas or whatever it is that's going on in my life in a setting that I'm collaborating with, because I'm not even aware of my own traumas. But see, now, honey, now I'm aware of my own traumas. So when I'm coming into contact with people, when I'm collabing with people, if I'm triggered in any way, I know that that's something that's stemming from within me, and I need to go within to figure that out and fix that. Because if somebody is giving me energy that I'm triggered by, I need to look at myself. I need to understand, why am I triggered? And don't get me wrong, again, there are different levels to it, because you do have to play into factor discernment and other people's intentions, because other people don't really, you know what I'm saying? It just depends on the situation and the person. So you have to be aware of that. But because I'm aware of that, I can talk about this topic, because you're not about to sit up there and talk about how somebody destroyed your life when you sitting there destroying everybody's lives that you come into contact with. You're deliberately doing it. Like you're trying to create, you're trying to create smoke screens for people to be misled, because you are insecure within yourself. You need some type of power, you need some type of something, because you don't want to do the work. You don't want to sit down with yourself and look yourself in the mirror and heal from these traumas. So you get thrown into a prison. You get thrown into a jail. The universe sat your ass down so that you can reflect. But instead of you reflecting, you still trying to find something to aim at. You still trying to find something to target, because you don't want to do the work. You don't. So anybody that's in jail or prison or whatever, they're there because that's their mind. That's where their mind is. Their mind is in a prison within themselves. They are trapped within their own trauma. And until they realize that and start doing the work and start sitting down with themselves and really doing the work, that's when they'll probably elevate up out the jail or the prison or whatever it is. But people who just sit in there is because they want to sit there, because they are rotting with it from the inside, from the core. Period. So you can't tell me that somebody came into your life and destroyed anything, baby. You are the co-creator of your reality. You created the reality that you are living in right now. I know for me personally, how I'm living right now, the reality that I'm living in right now is because of something that I believe in, something that I have created along the way, manifested along the way, and have communed with God about. So pause. Pump your brakes while you still trying to sit on here and try to deter people. Like, disgust is just disgusting, because people, it's like most of these people who have these tendencies, they'll try to cling to whatever it is. They'll have children with people just to cling to the child, just to use the child against the person, just to try to use things, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, my children are the things that motivate me and inspire me to keep going and living my dream, even if nobody don't believe in me. Because my children matter more than my trauma. They matter more than the things that I've been through. They matter more than the things that I'm going through. So if I have to suffer for the strength of giving my children better, I'm going to do that. But most people ain't built like that, because they're not ready to do the inner work. And that is what it boils down to. You have to do the inner work. You have to heal. And if you so seemingly can't do that within yourself, you have to tackle at some level of it for your children. Start healing it with your children. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, you got men going around lying about who they are to have children, to taint the children. What reality are you living in? Do you really want to see a better world? Do you really want to build a tribe? Do you really want to build a nation of great people? Because if you do, you're going to do the inner work. For the sake of the nation, for the sake of the children that you want to bring into this world. But if you're sitting there, you're not doing the inner work, but you're trying to have a whole bunch of wives and you're trying to dominate a whole bunch of men, that just means that you're insecure. If you like, people, you could talk about monogamy versus polygamy all day long to me. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. What I care about is if a man and a woman can congregate and be on the same page and grow and build and do everything that they need to do. Do you know how much beauty would come out of that? Do you know how much beauty would come out of that? But instead, these men are not focusing themselves, because when a man gets with a woman, there's a whole nother aspect of the man's life that change, where they have to grow. And if that man is not growing within that area or in those areas, he will never be able to take on another wife. There will never be another wife for him, because you're not doing the inner work to even propel yourself to get to that level. But instead, you're insecure. You don't want to do the inner work. So you're trying to get as many people and put as many people in your life as you can, so that you can feel loved, so that you can feel these voids that you're supposed to be feeling within yourself. And then you hear the entity saying, I thought you loved me. I thought you da 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 da. I don't expect nobody to love me. I expect me to love me. And if people fall off, that's because as some part of them don't vibe with me, and I can't be mad at them, and they can't be mad at me. We just gonna go our separate ways. But at the end of the day, I'm not looking for nobody to love me, because I have so much love to give. I'm at the point in my life where I want to share the love that I have to give. You feel me? So you sitting up there asking people if they love you, you're insecure, my man. You're insecure, and you need to sit down, look at yourself in the mirror, come to terms with that, be okay with that, and grow from that, and heal from that, and stop worrying about who you can bring into your life to make you feel better about yourself. You ain't never gonna win like that. You never gonna feel better about yourself. As long as somebody keeps saying, like, as long as you have people in your life that you're bringing in from a broken place, as much as they tell you that they love you and they care about you and they'll do all of these things for you and all of that, you still never be fulfilled, because even they are broken to even come into your life, sit at your feet, do everything that they doing, and tell you that they love you. They don't even love themselves. They don't even love them, because catering to you and showing you the love that you're supposed to be showing yourself, they're not even showing to themselves. So where is the love? Let's talk about it. Where is the love? Ain't no love. That's why everything is falling apart. Nothing can thrive. Nothing can thrive if there is not love there. If there's no love there, nothing can thrive. That's why it's breaking up. That's why it's crumbling as we speak. Literally. And I honestly don't care about who feel any type of way about what I'm saying. I really don't give a fuck. Period. Because it's the truth. And somebody needs to say the truth. And at the end of the day, it is the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm just tired of people out here trying to portray one thing, and they, like, come on now. Like, we not gonna get into the details and the semantics, but y'all feel where I'm coming from. If you know, you know. If you don't, whatever. I'm gonna post this on YouTube so that my YouTube community could see. But it's like, you know, you could sit people who are broken within themselves. They sit and they make fun of other people. People who are broken within themselves do the blame game. People who are broken within themselves try to find something to nag about a person that they see as trying to elevate, trying to overcome, trying to become a better person. These are the people that put a damper or try to put a damper. I don't care about one. Like I said, I don't care about one. None of y'all think about me. Because at the end of the day, I'm worried about my children, and I know that worrying about my children is the best thing that I can do. So you not paying my bills, you not feeding me fruit, you're not giving me the things that I need to be emotionally, mentally, and spiritually okay. Like, that is a relationship that I have with God. And so with that being said, that's the only thing that I really care about. Outside of that, I'm just here to drop wisdom and drop jewels for the people out there who are suffering from the same thing that I've been through. While you sitting up there talking about my husband, while you sitting up there talking about my husband, how is that your husband when this nigga ain't even married to himself spiritually? How are you gonna call a man your husband when he's not even attached to himself? He's not even understanding who he is as an entity. How are you going to be married to him? That's not marriage. That's a whole situationship that you need to get yourself out of, because you have responsibilities. You have children that you're supposed to be taking care of, but yet you left your children to be with a man that devalues you, degrades you, and take you away from the very essence and the responsibility that you're supposed to be here to fulfill. Let's talk about it. But you want to make fun of somebody else. You want to judge somebody else. You want to do all of these things and then call yourself a god or a goddess. How are you a god? How are you a goddess when you are putting a damper or trying to put a damper on what somebody else got going on? How are you the head of humanity or a chief or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself when you are deliberately not healing your own traumas because you're afraid, because you're scared, and you're so scared to the point where now that you have all of this social media clout, you have all of these people watching you, you wouldn't dare come out and say that you afraid and you scared because you know that people are gonna maybe look less of you. But how are they really gonna look less of you? People will actually respect you if you came out and said that you were afraid and that you need to heal and work on yourself, instead of sitting up here pretending and portraying to be something that you're not. And you wondering why your whole reality is falling apart while you sitting in a jail cell, and why your wives is sitting there barely able to feed themselves or take care of themselves because they have no income to generate the generational wealth that you're supposed to be providing for them, or not even providing but building with them. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So it's like I'm just tired of the fakeness. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody that went to carbonation or went to this situation was on some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody was. I know a couple people right now that went there and wasn't on no fuck shit, but at the end of the day, it's like, I don't really care who was there for fuck shit or not. I know what I'm here to do. I know what I came here to do, and guess what? I'm gonna shine. At the end of the day, I'm going to shine, period. You're mad. This is why you gotta make videos every other day, but you don't have nothing to show for nothing. You don't have nothing to show for anything that you've ever said you were gonna do, is gonna do, and will do. You have nothing to show for it. Nothing. How is that a God? How? Every God that I know a guy right now. I'm not even gonna put his name out there, but I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I know a God right now. I know goddesses right now who have something to show. I know people right now who not even following their dreams, and they have something to show for the things that they do believe in. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, I speak from this place, and I speak these emotions because I'm not only speaking for the people who are still going through that dumb shit, and for myself and for other people who have been through it. I'm speaking for people that can't even speak right now. I'm speaking feelings for people that don't even have a voice, don't even know how to tap into their own voice. So hopefully I'm here to inspire somebody to stand up for themselves, realize like, oh shit, I really am being taken advantage of. Oh shit, I really do need to work on my traumas. Oh damn, I really am giving my power away. Like, I'm here to be that person, and if you don't like that, you can calmly and respectfully exit my life and block me. Matter of fact, drop some dumb shit in the chat so I could block you so that we can keep it moving. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, my thing is, I get tired. The reason why I'm talking about this as well is because I get tired of the black community. The black community is always talking. We're always talking about what it is that we need to do and what we should be doing. And we're always talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. But baby, we about to be in 2023. Where is the manifestation? You see what I'm saying? It's like, I'm 25, so I'm fairly young, and I'm already touching the tip of my manifestation, and I'm just sitting there like, I'm thinking to myself, these are the thoughts that I had to myself, like, are people really interested in what they say they believe in? Are people really doing what they say that they are here to do? Are people really about that life? Because I feel alone. Like, I feel like I'm actually being bamboozled. I feel like the more I reach a higher plateau within myself, or reach more into my potential, I come across more fake individuals. You know what I'm saying? And it's hurtful, but at the end of the day, it's just making me see life for what it is. People will lie to you, scheme to you, scam on you, and do whatever they can to make you believe a lie. But guess what? That's why I said you need to believe in yourself. You need to understand who you are. You need to tap in authentically to who you are. And when you start doing the self-work and you start studying the things that you need via body language and all of it, and all of the things that you need, you'll have discernment to know who's fake and who's not. It'll immediately go. You'll feel it. It'll be throughout your entire being. You'll immediately be able to feel what's for you and what's not. But at the end of the day, it's lonely at the top. Only a few people at the top. So don't let people fool you about this polygamy shit. Don't let people sit here and be like, yeah, I'm a god, I'm supposed to have da 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 da. You don't have enough queens right now that are in their most highest form of vibration when it comes to vibrating in their divine femininity to be even able to say that you have more than one wife. You are still trying to find your first queen. What are you talking about polygamy for? What are men talking about polygamy for when they haven't even reached their first queen yet? You talking about some shit that is not even hypothetical, because you are living in a world where everybody trying to get their shit together, and most people ain't even halfway there. Let's be real about it. You know what I'm saying? So why are you trying to put yourself on a level like it's just easy out here? Like, you having problems with your first wife. Like, you was divorced buku times. Like, you got children by women that you thought you was in love with, that you thought was your queen, that you thought you could do polygamy with, but it ended out bad. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, there's so much generational trauma that we all need to heal from when a man and a woman comes together. Like I said, when a man and a woman comes together, there is a whole nother aspect of growth that needs to happen before polygamy could even be thought about and even implemented in the dynamic. I know no nigga better not try to come get with me talking about polygamy on the first couple months that they with me, even the first couple years. Like, you got me bent all the way out. And if that's how you feel, nigga, you could keep your shit over there and go have polygamy with some other bitch, because I know who I am. Let's be real. I'm not settling for nothing. Period. If that man is not going to devote himself to me wholeheartedly and understand ourselves through each other, and also blend families, or whatever the case may be, like, even if he don't have, I don't know, like, I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, I'm saying, like, I'm not settling for nothing, because I know the amount of healing that I had to do. I know the amount of healing that my husband, or whoever he is going to have to go through to be able to overcome these things. And I know we always talk about like, not focusing on the man and all of these things and all of, like, like, somebody was just recently making a post and it was like, you're focusing on a man and all of this stuff, and I'm just like, honestly, I'm not focusing on a man. Men actually come to me. You see, like, I mind my business. And I know people have portrayed me to you that I may have been a whore, or whatever the case may have been, or whatever, however you see that. But men come to me, and I've had to learn over time what I like and what I don't like, so that I won't continue to allow men to keep coming in my life. And I've been single for a while now. I've had one situationship that happened or whatever, but I quickly read through that. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like, I know the amount of healing that me and that man is going to have to go through when we come together. And who knows how long that's going to take. Look how many years it took me to get to where I am right now. Look how many years it took you know what I'm saying? So it all depends on the dynamic. But at the end of the day, it's like, you need to have a lot more self-discipline, men, and self-respect, and understanding who you authentically are and who the person you're with, who they authentically are. You can't 100% mesh or be with a person for just a year and think that you could just start ushering in polygamy just because y'all got y'all shit together. Like, there's gonna be other things that happen down the line within the next 2-3 years. Are you ready and prepared for that? I don't think no man, I'm not even gonna say that, but I'm just saying, like, these are the things that we need to be thinking about as a community while our men are stuck on polygamy. I have not come across one man. And I'm not saying that we need to be monogamous 100% and all of this shit, but polygamy is definitely not the focus. But what I was saying was, I haven't saw one man that hasn't thrown polygamy out there, unless he's in a situation where he already have 2 baby mamas, and those baby mamas come together to have an understanding and an agreement. But even then, it's like, if any woman is vibrating lower than who you are, and as a person, as a being, but you're still having sex with them, that means that you don't know who you are, period. Because at the end of the day, if you got 2 baby mamas, obviously it didn't work out with the other baby mama, so you had to move on to another woman. But that woman is more on your frequency and the other one is not, but you still fucking both of them. Like, you fucking shit up. You messing everything up. And I haven't found one man that can understand that. But at the end of the day, men gonna do what they want to do. And this is why I keep it moving. This is why I stay in my lane. If a man comes to present himself to me, it's going to be on some cosmic shit. You understand? And there will be, an understanding along the way. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm talking about that because this is the focus point of our black community. We're so worried about being in a relationship. Yeah, we're so worried about being in a relationship to the point where we're not doing the inner work. But for me personally, I always talk about the man and woman dynamic because I know that I'm someone's wife. I know that I'm a mother of multiple children. I understand that about myself. So I'm not going to negate that about myself, and I'm not going to deflect on that. It's not that I'm looking to be in a relationship or looking for a mate or anything like that. It just means that I know who I am. Eventually I know where I'm gonna be, and I know what I'm here to do, and I ultimately know who you know what I'm saying. I ultimately know a part of my mission. So it's like I'm not gonna out that factor. I'm not gonna not talk about that at all, because then that would mean that I would be neglecting a part of myself. And it brings me back to my point at hand with being authentic within yourself. If you don't believe in you, if you don't understand you, no one else ultimately won't and will never. And you will along the way, when you're knowing yourself and understanding yourself and not caring about what other people think and not letting other people deter you from that, you'll get those people that will try to shut you down and say like, oh, that'll never come true, that'll never happen because just XYZ. Just because they think that it's not gonna happen don't mean that it's not gonna happen. So at the end of the day, we see the people who are focused on a relationship, the shit falling apart, period. You see what I'm saying? And so if it's not a situation where, you know, there had to been a testing or some level of wisdom that the situation was giving them. Because I know recently y'all just saw me in a situationship, but I was getting wisdom from that. That was something that I learned from that. You understand? So at the end of the day, it's like, we really just got to be true to ourselves, man. Believe in ourselves and call people out when, you know, we feel necessary. Because I know people be like, oh, you should hold your tongue and you should do all of these different things and everything. You can always say what you feel and get your point across with love. You know, you can always do that. And if people agree with you, if people listen to you, kudos to them. If they don't, who gives a fuck? No one should care. You shouldn't care because they obviously don't care. And keep it moving. There are many different experiences, more high vibrational experiences that you can attract to yourself, that you can experience in life. No need to fret and be worried about one experience that you really don't even need in the overall, you know, in the overall story of your life. Like, keep it moving. Like, keep it moving should be my middle name. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I hope you guys were inspired in some kind of way. But I just had to get that out because it's like, my voice I want my voice to echo, because it's too much false prophecy. It's too much false teaching. It's too much contradictory. It's too much. And it's like, I know because of part of my purpose is here to reform the world and to be that change in the world that I want to see. And because I'm doing the inner work, it becomes harder not to talk about. It becomes harder not to get on here and talk about these things. Like, this is the very essence, and what I'm talking about right now is the very essence of some of the things that majority of the people in our black community need to heal from, and the things that we need to start doing as a people to elevate ourselves. So yes, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, sincerely, Vane, I appreciate you. So yes, well, I don't know if you guys, okay, you can hear me. Okay, cool. Well, hopefully you guys were inspired. I will be posting this on Instagram. Someone says, when does accountability and responsibility to what we... Okay, well, yeah, you're right. No, I don't, Mel. No, I don't. I don't miss anything. I don't miss anything that is not elevating me, that is not prospering me, that is not adding to me, that is not building with me. I don't miss anything that's taken away from me, that's just, you know, trying to devalue me. Like, I'm not into none of that. I don't miss none of that. I have more peace by myself and being by myself and believing in myself and giving myself the love that people pretended that they or said that they could give me. Like, I don't miss none of that. I don't even know why that's even a question. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, I say that say that all the time, but at the end of the day, it's like, I'm gonna keep doing me. I'm gonna keep speaking me, and I'm gonna keep expressing myself, because I feel like people need to hear it, and I feel like we need to shake some shit, because like it's too much contradictory. If you believe in that, you will be living it, but you're not. And even if it hasn't come to its full even if your manifestation hasn't come to its full manifested, or whatever the case, you know what I'm trying to say, even if it hasn't come into full fruition yet, or whatever the case may be, your life will still reflect who you're becoming. And baby, you're not reflecting who you're becoming. You're actually deflecting. You're a deflection at this point. Ain't no reflecting. You're deflecting, period. And on that note, I hope y'all have a good day. If you know, you know. If you don't, one day you will. And so until next time, y'all, I will be posting this on YouTube later.